So I'm here with Adam David from The Voice, Team Buble. Look, look. It started off. I think you were a one chair turn. I think.
Yeah,
What is overall big picture? What has your journey been like so far up to the lives? Because it's against the stereotypical, against the odds. You're here, so the underdog story.
I
Did it
guess
feel that way to
that's
you? Yeah.
yeah, I guess that's me, man. I'm the underdog right now. Everyone is amazing. They're amazing singers, they're amazing artists, but we've all gotten very close, so everyone's just an amazing person, and there's so much support from everybody. It's been a whirlwind. It's really been a whirlwind.
You mentioned support. What has a fellow artist like Carlos Santiago meant to you, not just a fellow artist, but as a very good friend? And how has he helped you through this journey? I guess you help each other as musicians, but how has he helped you?
Yeah, he I was literally just texting with him this morning. He's a friend. He's a good friend. We had a lot of talks when we were partners, and we got to know each other pretty, and he knows the things that I struggle with, and so he's always just checking in on me. And but then also just vocally, he's an amazing singer. And I've actually been taking lessons with him here and there. We've had a couple of sessions together where he's just run me through some really great exercises and warm-ups, and yeah, it's been awesome.
Out of all the artists this season on The Voice, you've been really not hesitant about sharing your own life journey. You've been clean for over 5 years at least. And what has that been like? Just people complimenting you on your music, but I think more importantly, I'm sure you've had dialogue with people about your journey and they can relate their own journey with you. That must mean a lot to you personally, or am I overreaching on that?
No, it means a lot. Yeah, March 28th was 6 years, and I got to put on a concert. What I've been doing the last couple of years is on my anniversary putting on a concert. And so I got to do that this year, and we sold out the theater. And I'd never done that before. It was really cool, and it was a special day. But yeah, a lot of people have reached out thanking me for sharing my experience, strength, and hope. And a lot of people saying, yeah, I have 2 years clean. I have 3 years clean. I'm struggling right now. Or I have 30 years clean. I had somebody reach out, and I'm just reinforcing like that I'm doing a good job. And I think with all of this, man, it's a scary thing to put yourself out there. It's a scary thing to go for something. And just to know that I have so much support from people that I don't even know is a really special thing for me. Yeah.
Adam, you learned, I think, guitar at an early age. And I'm thinking at that early age, you had different ambitions or just to get your voice heard, to express yourself. But then maybe there's that element where you're also doing music for other people to communicate with other people as well. When did that element of your artistry surface? Was it when you were in your youth, or was it when you just evolved as an artist?
That's a great question. Yeah, I started playing guitar when I was 8, and I was always making things. I was always kind of like coming up with little simple melody things on the guitar. I was just having fun, and my uncle sang, so I grew up seeing him singing and playing, and that's something that I wanted to do. And I started singing around 11 or something, and it was really because I wanted to write stuff. I wanted to write songs, and I think at that point I was just writing for me. I was very angsty, like I'm angry at my mom type stuff. But I wrote all the time. And it's an interesting thing because I think at that time I was writing for just I loved the feeling of the puzzle of finding the right words for what I was trying to say. And at some point along the journey, I did get caught in this riptide of maybe writing to write something good, which is very subjective, right? And I think what I've found myself doing lately is trying to go back there and not sitting down to write something good, but to write, just to be engaged in the process of writing. I do have this phrase that I say, I think that as songwriters, we have this, I think we have a responsibility to find the words that others can't. You ever hear a song where it's just like in 4 words, they say something so concise? Man, I've been trying to say that forever. And now there's a sentence that I can feel some peace from. I think that as songwriters, it's our responsibility to get there. But I think that the process of getting there is a lot more of just being engaged in the process of it, being the antenna, and it comes when it comes. But if you're always engaged, it always comes. It's been a long journey. I'll say that.
You're pretty good at math because you mentioned 4 words. I shall be released.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the one of my big
That's great.
one of my big what the F moments this season was seeing, I think you said, and I might be tripping when you said that was the first time you heard the voice, because I was thinking, no, what? So that was I felt like I was in the Twilight Zone, but what was it like getting that song down and your journey of getting there? Because it's such an emotional and iconic song, and you just gave a perfect performance.
Thank you so much, man. I think with all these songs, I just want to do a good job. And so thank you for that. Yeah, I wasn't familiar with the song initially, embarrassingly to say. Obviously, I'm familiar with Bob Dylan, I'm familiar with Joe Cocker, but there's this process that happens whenever I'm learning a song. It takes a minute for me to digest the song so that it can come out organically in a way that I would do it. And it's always it's almost an uncomfortable thing sometimes, because listening to that song, that version, Joe Cocker is so iconic. That was the version that we were pulling from. And sometimes an artist is so big and so profound that it's hard to hear anybody else in it. And I don't like to change things just to change things. And so it took a minute for me to really like eat it, digest it, and then come out of me. But it felt really good. It literally, it moved me to tears. It was a release for me. It was, after I sang it and I got off stage, I literally was body chills and my crown was on fire. And not every song gets me there. And it's a gift when it does, but it's always overwhelming.
Look, some coaches can be very like encouraging, rock coaches, and that has a huge value. But I was mentioning this to Jaden. Coach Bublé, the way he actually responds to both you and Jaden, it just feels like he really is locked in your artistry, and I believe he believes how great you are. How good, as a fellow collaborator, does it feel to know that you have someone who's really on your side, not just as a Rob, but as he really understands your soul kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, it's vindicating. It's reinforcing. I haven't been silent about this. I struggle with doubt. I struggle with self-doubt. You know what I mean? And there was something that happened when I made it to top 20 that just like occurred to me, like, how much outside proof do you need to just start believing in yourself? Like, at what point? How many people need to tell you you're doing a good job, you sound great, whatever? How many people need to say it to me before I can just start to say, you know what? I believe in me. I believe in myself. And that, how Michael has been on this whole thing, is just reinforced that. And we've had a lot of deep conversations, and he's a really great guy.
Adam, people just don't have to listen to your music on The Voice. I think more importantly, they can listen to your music outside of The Voice as well. Can you tell our listeners, our watchers, the process you're talking about, the puzzle of writing and whatnot, getting into something as layered as Savior?
Well, yeah, man, that's a really important song for me. I wrote half of that while I was still in active addiction. And the process for getting clean for me was going to treatment. And I was actually able to go to treatment through a program called Music Cares. I had to apply for it. They give grants to music professionals who need help. And I wrote the first half of this song at the beginning of that process. It's about a 2-week process, probably the most dangerous 2 weeks. And I just could not finish it. Finally I went into a program called Recovery Unplugged. And I was there and I did the whole from detox to the lower levels of care. And it wasn't until the very last day that I was getting out, my mom was picking me up. Very humbling that the rest of the song came. And I say it's almost like finishing the song was the gift of making it through to the other side. And it's a song for me, ultimately, it's almost like my higher power talking to me. And it seems to resonate with a lot of people that are also struggling. And I actually play it at the treatment center, Recovery Unplugged. And I play it for the clients, and they're always asking for it. And that's a special thing, because that song, really marked. That song bridges two worlds for me. And if it can help anybody else, that's an amazing thing.
On the world right now, on the present day, with lives right around the corner, do you, what is your general attitude towards it? Because you've accomplished so much already. Does it feel like it's a win-win situation? Or can you even think that way? Because I'm sure you and your fellow artists are just working so hard this week that there's no time to think. Maybe eat, sleep, drink, and then work.
It's been an intense week. It's been intense since we've been back out, for sure. It's been pretty nonstop. And the way that I've been trying to go about this since the beginning has been let go of the outcome, just show up, be present. And it's a really challenging thing to do sometimes. So I'll be honest, like right now, even just the last couple of days, my anxiety's through the roof. I'm trying to be present. I'm trying not to overthink. I'm trying to just do the things that are in my control and let go of the rest. And I'm trying to just look at it as it's a performance. It's just another performance. It's not something that my life is dependent on. My mom loves me no matter what. I have people that are supporting me. I also journal every day, and that helps me process the whole thing. It's a lot of thoughts and a lot of feelings, a lot of fears and a lot of hopes. And I'm just trying to be present through it all, truthfully.
I hate to be a doubter, but isn't that anxiety and overthinking just a real valid sign that you deeply care?
100%. I do care. I want to win. I want the outcomes. You know what I mean? But this is the thing that I've learned. You know, and I'm not a very religious person, but I do believe in a higher power. I'm very spiritual. Like I meditate all the time. And I feel like I can't control like 99% of things. I can control how I show up. And the overthinking and all that, it's a sign that I care. But the work is in letting go of that and just showing up the best that I can. And that's hard. It's try not to say that it's hard, but it's challenging sometimes. When you want something bad enough, it is challenging to let go of wanting.
And my final question to you is, post The Voice, where do you see yourself on a music level? Has that road always been the same prior to you joining The Voice, or has that road maybe deepened or not? Because I'm excited and I want to listen to more of your music. So selfishly, I want more of your music out there. But where do you personally, most importantly, where do you see yourself down the road?
I see myself putting out original music and traveling the world performing it. I see that as a vehicle to help other people who maybe are still struggling. And like, I would love to get into a more philanthropic world where maybe the music isn't all about that, but I've always seen my music as a vehicle to get into that place. So yeah, man, I want to travel the world playing music. That's been the dream since I was a little kid.
Thank you so much, Adam, and I'll be buying a ticket down the road.
I'll send you one.
All right, you take care. Good luck on The Voice.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you too. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. For more movie and television reviews and interviews, please subscribe to my Deepest Dream channel. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And as always, thanks so much for your support. Take care.